So, if you're serious about getting into cybersecurity, you've got to ask yourself a pretty big question. How do you actually practice this stuff? Safely. How do you build a real lab without getting into real trouble? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to break down.
I mean, this is the real catch, isn't it? To be a good defender, you have to think like an attacker. You have to know how things break. But you can't just start poking around on live websites or your neighbor's Wi-Fi. That's not just a bad idea, it's illegal. So how do the pros get so good?
Simple. They build themselves a private playground, a totally controlled, completely isolated environment where you can launch attacks, mess with malware, and find real vulnerabilities with absolutely zero risk to anyone or anything in the outside world. It's your own personal lab for all things offensive security.
And we're not just going to wing it. To build this thing right, we're going straight to the source. Our lab is going to stand on 3 core pillars, and every single one is pulled directly from the official documentation of the tools the professionals use. So let's start with the foundation. First up, pillar number 1, the arena. This is the digital ring where all the action is going to happen, and it's designed from the ground up to keep all of our little experiments safely contained. So, what exactly is this arena? It's an isolated virtual network. The best way to think about it is like a digital bubble. Inside this bubble, you've got your attacker machine and your target machine, and they can talk to each other all day long. But, and this is the important part, nothing inside that bubble can see or touch your home network, and it definitely can't reach the internet. This is the magic of using settings like internal networking in your virtualization software. And let me be clear, this isolation isn't just a nice to have, it is absolutely critical. It's what stops a tool you're learning from accidentally launching an attack against your own router. It's how you can safely open up and analyze real malware without infecting your life. Inside this arena, you are in complete control. You see everything. This isn't just a best practice, it is rule number 1 for staying safe. Now for our second pillar, and this one is a real game changer. I like to call it the reset button, and it's all thanks to one of the most powerful features in all of virtualization, snapshots. So what is a snapshot? It's like a perfect, frozen-in-time copy of your virtual machine. Let's say your attack completely crashes the target system. Or maybe you accidentally delete a super important file. Is it a disaster? Nope. You just click a button and you can rewind time, instantly going back to that clean, working state right before you started. It's amazing. And honestly, this single feature is the difference between learning fast and, well, not. With snapshots, you get to experiment without fear. You try something, you break something, you hit reset, and you try again. You learn fast. Without them, you're constantly worried about breaking things, which means you're slow, you're cautious, and if you mess up, you could spend hours rebuilding everything. It's basically the difference between sprinting and crawling. But, and here's the pro tip right from the official docs, you have to use them correctly. Snapshots are for temporary states. They are not long-term backups. The most valuable thing you'll have is that one perfect, clean snapshot you take right before you start an experiment. Think of it like a bookmark in a book. It marks your place so you can always come back to it. All right, we have our safe arena, and we have our magic reset button. So what's missing? The fun part. The tools. This brings us to pillar number 3, the arsenal. The best part is, you don't have to go on some wild goose chase to find hundreds of different hacking tools. The industry already has a gold standard for this, and it's called Kali Linux. It's an entire operating system built specifically for this kind of work, and it comes preloaded with a massive collection of security tools, all neatly organized and ready for you to use. Now, when you first boot up Kali, the number of tools can feel a little overwhelming. So the smart way to approach it, just like their own documentation suggests, is to think in categories. This gives you a way to wrap your head around it all. You can just decide, okay, today I'm going to focus on information gathering and just explore the tools in that specific part of your arsenal. So there we have it, our 3 pillars, the arena, the reset button, and the arsenal. Now let's put all the pieces of the puzzle together into a simple, actionable plan. Here it is, your launch sequence. It really is this straightforward. Step 1, build your arena. Get that isolated network configured. Step 2, create your reset button. Take that clean snapshot of your target machine. And step 3, choose your arsenal. Fire up Kali Linux and just dive into a toolset that looks interesting. And that's the whole system. When you followed these 3 pillars, you haven't just built some temporary setup. No, you've created a professional, safe, and, best of all, endlessly reusable laboratory. You can now break things, hit reset, and do it all over again as many times as you need to really master your skills. So now the lab is built. The tools are all waiting for you. The only question left is, where are you gonna start? What weakness are you gonna uncover first? The sandbox is all yours.